Yes, I'm glad that the protest at lunchtime was raised today. I have a particular personal interest in this because it was the very first campaign I worked on as a SIP2 trade union official. It's frankly beggars belief that 11 years on, successive governments have ignored the recommendation from their own Labour court, from the highest industrial court in the country. And this government, which is very happy to lecture people for ignoring Labour court recommendations, they lectured the nurses on it for months, but they've ignored this Labour court recommendation for 8 years. Before that, Fianna Fáil ignored it for 3 years. And here's the thing, these people aren't well paid. When they retire, they'll have absolutely nothing to fall back on. And speaking to the workers out there, I can't underestimate their anger, because they know, unfortunately this is a fact, under this government, this place is a cold house for working people. It's a cold house for trade unions. They can't even get a meeting with the Minister. The Minister for Finance didn't even have the decency to reply, not even the decency to acknowledge that they've asked for a meeting after 11 years. And I think they're absolutely right to go on strike. I think they've no choice, frankly. They've tried every method. They've tried everything. A high-level forum was set up to deal with this under the Lansdowne Road Agreement. But this government immediately ignored that agreement and have ignored it consistently since. And unfortunately, the leader, who isn't here today, when I raised this issue back in February, said that, well, we can't implement the recommendation because it will have financial implications that will be disastrous for the country. This from the government that spent billions on the Children's Hospital. So this is absolute nonsense. But it just goes to reinforce again, Gavan, that this government in particular has contempt for working people, has contempt for trade unions. They're left outside the doors. They can't even get an acknowledgement from the Minister in relation to this issue. I'm calling on the government to immediately act and bring those decent people and the union SIP2 into this building and treat them with respect for the first time in 11 years.